Hello students, welcome to the PG class of Industrial Pharmacognosy, and today we will be discussing Unit 5 Indian Patent and Patent Rules. So before we go deep into the topic, initially we will discuss and try to understand certain basic terminologies which are associated with Indian patenting system. In that we will study first what is a priority date. So let's keep the definition very simple and try to understand in a very simple way. Priority date is referred to as that particular date where an applicant files his patent application for the first time in a particular country. So I'll repeat it once again. Priority date is referred to as that date on which the applicant files his patent application for the first time in a particular country. So on this slide you can see, if you follow that I have given say a patent application form, and then you can see a particular date. If I assume that the applicant has filed on this particular date the patent application for the first time, then this date is sealed as, or is referred to as, priority date. Now date plays a very crucial role because when an invention takes place, you are not the only person who could be involved in that invention. There could be other multiple players, there could be other multiple companies, multiple scientists who could be working on the same type of invention. So it comes on first come first serve basis. Whoever files a patent first anywhere in the country will get the patent rights for that particular invention. And even if you happen to be one day late in filing a patent related to the same invention, then probably you lose the battle, because whoever files the patent first in any country gets the patent right. So date plays a very important role. So once again, priority date is that particular date on which an applicant files his patent application for the first time in any country. Now we'll move on to the next definition, prior art. This will crop up several times while going through, while studying this patent chapter. So it's very important that you understand what prior art is. So prior art, I've given a picture here. In the picture you can see a lot of books, journals, and magazines spread across. So prior art means all those informations which are available in print media, electronic media, in journals, in books, in magazines, in any kind of computer database. So any such information, any type of information which is available and related to a particular invention before a priority date is known as prior art. So we'll try to understand with a given example. Say today I have filed an invention related to say I have invented a tuberculosis, anti-tuberculosis drug. So today I have filed an invention, and I am filing this invention for the first time in India or anywhere in the world. I am filing it for the first time, and I'm filing it in my home country, India. So today's date will be considered as the priority date. And while examining my application, application for patent, all kind of information which has relevance with my invention, say my invention is a machine, or if my invention is a drug, so any kind of information in print or electronic media, in any journals, any books, anywhere in the world, not only say filing it in India, it doesn't mean that information will be searched within the Indian boundaries. No, anywhere within the this whole world, any information which exists in any form and it is accessible to the public. I'm not talking about any kind of secret information kept by the government. Any kind of information in any form which is accessible to the public and has resemblance or similarity or relevance with my particular invention, then those all set of information are known as prior art. What is the importance of prior art? Through this prior art, the patent examiner tries to understand that whether any such similar work related to the invention has been carried out earlier or not. If such similar work has already been carried out or already exists in published from in any document, in any books, in any journals, in any magazine, any newsletter, then probably your candidature for patent application becomes weak. So prior art is basically all set of information which is available in any form and accessible to the public and has relevance with the patent application that is under examination or that is being examined or studied. So that is all about prior art. We'll move to state of the art. It is almost similar to prior art. So state of the art, it actually comprises of all matter, whether a product or a process or any kind of information which and let me tell you that state of the art is only related to a particular invention. It comprises of all matter, whether a product or a process or any kind of information which has at any time before the priority date of that particular invention being made available to the public by publication of description anywhere in the world. Well, that was the statement that I read out, but let us try to understand it in a simple way. Say I have given an example, 13 January 2021. Say on today is 13 January 2021. So on this particular date, I am filing a patent application. I made an invention and I want to get it patented. So I am filing a patent application on 13 January 2021, and this happens to be the first filing that I am doing it in any country. So since this is the first patent filing of that particular invention in any country, so this date will be called as priority date, as I have just explained. So what does state of the art will comprise of in this case? So state of the art will comprise of any matter will be included as state of the art or will be considered as state of the art if anything related to this particular invention which has been filed on 13 January 2021 by me. So if any matter will be considered as state of the art if anything related to this particular invention is available in any published form to the public prior to this date. So whatever is existing in published form accessible to the public before this particular date and is related to the invention or related to the patent application that has been filed, all those published matter together become state of the art. So prior art has a broader spectrum, state of the art is a narrow spectrum, where state of the art is deemed to be considered as all those set of published information which has relevant or which has similarity with the invention that has been filed for patenting and is available before the priority date or before the date of filing an application. So according to this example, if I file a patent because I've invented a new drug, or I invented a machine, and I am filing the patent application today on 13 January 2021. So during the examination, whatever published material that will be coming up or that will be found existing in the public domain related to this particular invention, then all this set of published material will be together called as state of the art. So person skilled in the art, this is again a very common term that will come up again and again during our course of study of patent and patent rules. So it's very important we understand who this person skilled in the art is. So I'll read out: the person skilled in the art should be presumed to be an ordinary practitioner aware of what was common general knowledge in the art at the relevant date. So person skilled in the art will have no inventive capability, will have access to all the state of the art, and will have capacity of routine work and experimentation only. Let us try that. This is what actually is written, so I just read it out, but let us try to understand in a simple way, in a simple term. So person skilled in the art means an average person average person with only routine knowledge, with only routine skills, no extraordinary skills are there in that person. So an average person in that particular field in which the invention has been filed, or in the field with which the invention is related with. So if the invention is related with say pharma field, so then the person skilled in the art will be an average pharma background person having average knowledge, with no inventive capability, and will be possessing only average routine knowledge and average routine experimentation or routine work capability. So that is what is meant by person skilled in the art. So a person skilled in the art means will exercise only common sense knowledge, only general knowledge relevant to that field. Of course, you cannot choose if you have made say invention in medical science or in say pharma field or in engineering field, then you have to choose a person skilled in the art means a person belonging to that particular field only. If you have made invention in medical sciences, you cannot make an engineer as a person skilled in the art, because he doesn't even have a common basic knowledge about medical science, because he is an engineer basically. So person skilled in the art means he has to be skilled in that particular art which to which that invention is related with. So if the invention is related with medical science, so a person skilled in the art has to be from medical science background. So and if the invention is related to some mechanical engineering, something engineering aspects, then the person skilled in the art has to be from engineering background, but not an extraordinary person, an average person having some basic common sense, basic knowledge about that particular art, about that particular subject, with no invention capability, and is only capable of doing certain routine work, day-to-day work, routine job work which is associated with that particular art. So many times I would be referring to person skilled in the art, person skilled in the art. This word will be cropping out several times. So you should understand that person skilled in the art means a person of that particular field in which the invention has been done, having average routine skills, not an extraordinary person, but only an average person who will not think out of the box, who will think in a common direction. He will think in the same direction where in which others are also thinking, and will not be doing something extraordinary, not will be thinking extraordinary, or not will be trying to do something out of the box. A very simple average person doing routine job only. So these were some of the basic terminologies that will come up again and again while studying patent. So that was all. In the next class we will see something more. Thank you.